Hello and a very warm welcome back to Northwestern Models TV, and today I'm going to show you how to build the Great Western style four-wheel platform trolley in N-gauge from Springside Models. So let's get started. So the first thing we need to do, as with any kit obviously, is going to be to open the packet up, and luckily with Springside, a nice easy packs to open. Let's remove the staple. And what we have in here is a selection of white metal parts which make up the kit. I'll just put them on the green card so we can see them a bit better. There's lots of small parts, so obviously this is an N-gauge kit. Now this is the first N-gauge kit I've built up in a very long time, so I'm hoping it's going to go okay. So what have we got? We've got the main trolley body there. We've got the front axle, we've got the rear axle, four wheels and the pull handle. Now obviously because this is N-gauge, it's small as you can see, so I'm going to be using a bit of blue tack, or in this case some white tack adhesive, just to help hold things in place while we do assemble them. But the first job, as with any white metal kit, is to clean up the flash, and I can see that there's quite a bit around the outside of the main body there, which you might be able to see on the camera. If I just try and zoom it in for you. Wrong way. You might just be able to see it down this side here, and there's a little bit on some of the wheels as well. So I'm going to tidy those bits up first, and then we'll start looking at getting it all assembled. Right, so I now have all the component parts cleaned up as best as I can. I've got my piece of white tack, or like I say, you can use some blue tack, and I'm just going to put the main body on it upside down and just press it in a little bit. Now the reason I'm using the blue tack is purely to help hold it in place. It's not going to be moving around on the table, I'm not trying to work it with my fingers and everything ended up in a big mess. So I'm just going to zoom in on it so you can see. Just the camera a wee bit for you. Hopefully that will start coming into focus in a minute. There we go. So hopefully you can see there that we've got a bit of a rectangle piece there at one end, and we've also got a tiny little hole at this end. Now that is obviously, this is to help locate the front and the rear axles, which are the next pieces to go on. Now the rear axle is probably the one I'm going to fit first, and I can grab hold of it, and it is this one here. It's a sort of rectangle shaped with a bit of some wavy lines on it. That is the rear axle. Now the part where the little wavy lines are, that is the part which fits to the main body of the trolley. So I'm going to use some self-closing tweezers to hold it, just so it doesn't ping off, because it's going to be easier than me trying to fit it in with my fingers, because I just can't get them in there nicely. Now, glue wise, as with every other white metal kit that we've built, we use the Deluxe Materials Rocket Rapid Glue, and today is no different. But instead of applying it direct on the bottle, we're actually going to put a small blob of it onto a piece of plastic card, and then from there we're going to pick it up with a small piece of wire, or you could use a pin. This just makes it a lot neater to deal with, and it means you can get the glue in the right place. So I'm just going to trickle some into that little trough area. so. So there should be some in there now. A bit more in. Let's put that to one side. Very carefully, I'm just going to drop the rear axle in and just hold it there for a minute with the tweezers while it grabs. Leave it like that. So that is that component on. Now we're going to do the exact same thing with the front axle. So again, just get it held in the tweezers like so. And with the front axle, you may be able to see there that you've got two sides, one here, one there, and the piece in the middle sticking up. The piece that sort of sticks out the front of it is obviously where the handle's going to go, and there's a big round bit in the middle, which you may just be able to see there with the dimple on, and that goes into the dimple in the main body. So let's get the glue. And put the nice blob around where it fixes, like so. Again, just very carefully, very gently, just make sure it goes in. Like so. Now with this glue you get a couple of seconds to adjust it as required, but it is fairly fast setting, bonds within 5 to 10 seconds it says, so it does go relatively fast, but that's no great problem. So that's the front and the rear axles on, so just let them dry off for a minute and then we'll see about fitting the wheels. So now we can see that the front and rear axles are stuck on to the main body quite happily. So I'm going to now put it into the blue tack on its side whilst we attempt to fit the wheels. Now this is again to make it a bit easier because it's going to help hold the body in place for us. So let's see how we get on. Try this one first. Got some glue on there now. That was actually quite fiddly. Well, that is the first wheel on. Whether it's going to stay on or not is anyone's guess at the moment. I'm not sure how much glue got on there, but what I'm hoping is that once I've got these on, I may be able to put the body back on onto its back like we had it before, and then add a little bit of extra glue around the back to help reinforce it. Not that it's really planned for it to go anywhere or get damaged or anything like that, but obviously for us this is a one of our exhibition pieces, so this will be on display on our exhibition stand. So we want it to look as good as it can do, and it's going to do that better if it's not got parts missing. There we are, so that's one side. So just have to let those again, just let them go off before we attempt to touch it, then we'll get the other side done. Right, so I've just flipped it over, so hopefully we can get the the wheels done on this side. This is a very fiddly job, and it's certainly a lot easier with these tweezers to do. I don't think there's any way that I could possibly do this without the tweezers or with a set of very fine long nose pliers. I think it would be a real struggle because of its size more than anything, because the sheer size of it being as small as it is. And these tools will be available from us, hopefully very soon. So even with the tweezers, sometimes you don't quite hit it right. There we go. That one doesn't want to go on, does it? And it pings across the workbench. Let's put a bit more glue on because that's probably gone off now. So here we go, let's get it on. There we go. It's a trial and error, and we finally get it on. So we'll let that harden off. Well, I'll add some glue in behind the wheels, like I did mentioned earlier, just there and there on all four sides. So I'll do that off camera, and then we'll just add the final piece, which is the pulling handle. So, as you can see, we now have the trolley the correct way up. We've got rid of the blue tack. We've just got one component left to fix, which is the pulling handle. So, just add a tiny bit of glue to where it goes in, down there. Hopefully that'll be enough for it, because it is only a small piece. And again, with the tweezers, just pick it up with the tweezers, and we just want to set it in about there somewhere. If we can. There we go. It's on, and hopefully you can see that. So there we are. One Great Western forward platform trolley in Engage. So there we go, that is how to build that little platform trolley. It's not taken me too long, probably about 15 to 20 minutes or so, including the glue drying time. And obviously now it's ready for paint. To paint it, we'll just use some basic acrylic paints to bring it up quite nicely and make it stand out a bit on our stand. So I hope that you have enjoyed the video. If you have, don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Also, do make sure you hit the subscribe button, because we've got lots of other how to build it videos coming along very, very soon. So until then, happy modelling.